A new drug arrives in Springfield, Nick, for the Simpsons. The town will sink into the devastating consequences of the excessive use of this medication. A harsh critique of the trends of losing weight without caring about the price to pay. It all starts at Moe's Tavern with Homer, Lenny, and Carl on what seems to be a normal day, although something feels off. At least, that's what Homer senses, like something is missing. Carl also feels something is different. He thinks a few health inspection stickers are missing. Lenny believes it's because a woman named Diane, who used to work at the bar, is gone. But Carl knows that if a woman had ever been a main character in the bar, she would never have left. Homer knows that what's missing isn't a woman at all. Then they all realize that the one missing is Barney. Everyone starts wondering when was the last time they saw him. Checking the beer stock, Moe deduces he's been gone for at least a week. Suddenly, Barney walks in and greets them as if nothing had happened. Nobody believes him, of course. Barney, fat, drunk, and unable to go 2 seconds without burping. However, when he does burp, they immediately recognize him. They're shocked by his new look and remarkable weight loss. Barney explains it all began when he felt unwell and went to the doctor. After several tests, he was diagnosed with hyperglycemia. Everyone panics, thinking he's gonna die, but he reassures them it's nothing serious. Although between us, it actually is. The doctor prescribed a medication called Otinquick, which regulates glucose, but one of its side effects is weight loss. This made him so thin, he can even hide behind the bars of the counter. And that's one of the best side effects in history since the creation of Viagra, which was originally developed to treat high blood pressure, and whose side effect was, well, you know. To celebrate that Barney is now healthy and slim, what could be better than toasting with a cold, delicious beer? But surprisingly, another side effect is losing the desire for beer. Moe realizes this product is a threat to his business, and it would be best if no one found out. Bad luck for Moe. Chief Wiggum walks into the tavern at that very moment and overhears part of the conversation, discovering the wonders of this medication. He wastes no time telling Lou, who, being the authority he is, says, "Let's put it to the test." A few weeks later, Wiggum uses his new physique to capture Snake with great ease, for the first time leaving his colleagues behind. But not only has his professional life improved, his personal life has too, as there's passion with Sarah, and they're even planning to bring more little Ralphies into the world. The overweight folks around town get interested, since diets and exercise routines haven't worked for them, and they want to know what form this miracle drug comes in. Is it smoked or inhaled? Wiggum clarifies it's just one injection per week, but that a prescription is required. With this new trend, the comic book guy, Texan Richard, and even plus-size clothing stores change their concepts in light of the new small-size fashion. Even Mr. Burns wants to lose weight so he can fit into a mail tube at Christmas and be sent directly to Russia. Kent also delivers the news with his own remarkable weight loss, saying that Springfield is going through an epidemic of waistline reduction. And since the trend is clear, he takes the opportunity to show a commercial where several people display the effects of obesity, offering this new Danish medicine as a revolutionary solution, almost like a miracle. Oh, and lest we forget, it also works for blood sugar. This drug promises to completely transform your life, though it comes with some side effects, such as pancreatitis, loss of appetite, having to buy new pants, even a painful death, and of course, no longer being able to play Santa Claus at Christmas. At the Simpsons house, Bart suggests that Homer should take the medicine, though he's not fond of the idea, since that would mean giving up eating, something he considers a natural process, what he calls body positivity. So, Homer says he'll only take the drug if a doctor prescribes it. Lisa assures him there's no need for him to lose weight, because Marge will love him no matter how he looks. An argument that doesn't seem to completely convince Marge, because deep down, she would like to see him slim. Since Homer isn't part of the trend, he proposes taking the whole family to Luigi's, which is completely empty due to the Lotink epidemic. When Homer and the kids leave, Marge stays home alone and the TV turns on by itself, showing Lotink on the screen, asking if she wants to be the only woman in town with an overweight husband. The syringe talks to her, saying obesity isn't healthy, showing an image of what Homer could look like if he took the treatment, or how he might end up in a cemetery because of his bad eating habits. That night, Marge wakes from a nightmare and wakes Homer. She asks him to consider losing a little weight because she needs him to be there and in good health when Lisa graduates from college and when Bart gets a great deal on a used car. She asks him to inject Lulting Quick. When Homer agrees, they celebrate by cuddling for a romantic evening together. Later, on The Opal Show, Opal shares her story about how losing weight had always been an impossible task for her. No matter how many chefs she hired, how many doctors she visited, or even the fact that she bought a company dedicated to weight loss, it was all in vain. You know, the usual things any normal person would do. But everything changed when she tried OTCK. In fact, to celebrate this medical breakthrough, Opal leaves a free dose of the medicine under the audience's chairs so they too can slim down. At her sister's apartment, Marge watches Opal's show. Both Patty and Selma lie to her, saying they lost weight only through diet and exercise. All naturally, of course. They even quit smoking. And, well, smoking also helps with weight loss, doesn't it? Patty and Selma take the chance to show Marge how their fiancés loved their new figures, something that had never happened before since no one had ever been interested in them. At work, Marge mentions that Homer is also about to start the treatment, but you know how they are with good old Homer. They think he'd need special needles to pierce that thick hippopotamus hide. Later, Dr. Hubert explains that the insurance doesn't cover not-in-quick treatment, and on top of that, pharmacies are out of stock because the company's priority is to get the injections to those who really need it. However, those people aren't the sick or the obese, but rather Hollywood stars, since they're entering a complicated time. Award season is coming. When Homer questions Hubert's weight loss, which Hubert claims was completely natural, the doctor kicks him out of the office. It turns out the drug is sold out everywhere, and the only way to get it is on the black market. Now, slim, Tony offers Homer a shot of Otink, guaranteeing it will reduce his body fat. Tony denies having lost weight thanks to the drug. He says he only sells it, never uses it. He claims he slimmed down solely through diet and exercise. While walking through town, Marge encounters dozens of extremely thin people, desperate to get oink shots. Money no longer matters. Snake would rather steal the shot than steal cash, and the police chief prefers trafficking the seized doses. At this point, the tiny injection appears again and tells Marge that losing weight is healthy. They've even done plenty of research on it, though not on the safety of using the shot. The research is all about profits, which are 100% guaranteed. And if there are problems or complications, sooner or later they'll find out. After all, they're basically using the entire population as lab rats. And if Homer injects himself, he'll become part of that test group. With those words, Marge realizes the danger and runs back to stop Homer from getting hooked on Tinkwai, who, incidentally, is about to become part of the problem. Fortunately, she arrives just in time to take the shot from him and get rid of it. Marge admits she got caught up in the growing trend, as if she were just buying a Tesla. Unexpectedly, Tony and his goons show up to take Homer, since he's the only overweight man left in town and has something everyone in Springfield now desperately needs: his fat. When Homer wakes up, Tony explains they need his fat to inject into their faces and look forever young because they lost all their body fat and now look cadaverous. The now gaunt Tony plans to extract it using a liposuction machine, asking Homer to eat as much as he can. Homer threatens that the police wouldn't approve of what they're doing, but nothing could be further from the truth. Chief Wiggum agrees, and even Mayor Quimby too. Marge bursts in, demanding they release Homer. She even comes across her sisters, who supposedly lost weight naturally. At that moment, the town's restaurant owners, led by Luigi, also arrive to stop this trend, as they've been the most affected. Even Moe knows his bar won't survive with only Homer as a customer. Tony calls Luigi a hypocrite, accusing him of judging when, according to Tony, Luigi also used the drug to lose weight. However, Luigi explains his thinness didn't come from Otink, but from depression he went through. And poor Homer, even a piece of his butt was taken. Marge suggests the most logical and sensible idea: stop using the drug. The suggestion would make sense if they knew how to stop using it, since many still insist they lost weight through discipline, exercise, and diet. With his experience, Homer gives a short speech. Now, as the only obese man in town, he knows one thing: nobody is happy. He invites everyone to enjoy the engineering that made junk food possible, and to go back to restaurants where they can eat as much as they want. Homer believes people should feel free to eat whatever they want in front of the TV without any guilt. With this powerful message, the entire town is convinced and abandons the substance for good. Later, Homer needs only a slice of pizza to recover the missing piece of his butt. Patty and Selma lost their fiancés after regaining the weight, so now they organize a salami party for people who marry each other. At that moment, the injection reappears and tries to convince Marge to take it, saying that the dress she wore when she was young looked amazing, and that if she wanted to wear it again, a little extra help wouldn't hurt. Unfortunately for it, she suffers one of the side effects: temporary blindness. During the credits, we see several Springfield characters returning to their old eating habits, all to regain the weight they abruptly lost. So, did you enjoy it? Then hit that like button, share it with a friend who'll love it too, and of course, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. We've got new content every week, and you won't want to be left out. Turn on the notification bell to be the first to know. The next video is going to be unmissable.